A Mustang's hooves thunder across Montana's plains, a living emblem of America's free spirit. But many end up in Nebraska's processing factories, feeding a $1.2 billion 0-cents horse meat industry. Over 9.6 million horses raised on vast ranches or wrangled from wild lands drive this trade. A silent giant that stirred tension for decades. Ranchers defending their right to earn a living face off against those who see horses as sacred partners of the West's pioneer days. In the 80s, my father, a Wyoming rancher, stood firm at a heated town hall, his voice rough with conviction. This land is ours to work. That same struggle lives on in men like Tom, a 67-year-old from Billings, who sends horses to market with a heavy heart, his weathered hands telling stories of freedom and hard choices. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the horse meat industry. From high-tech processing factories to global exports, transportation logistics, and the ranches raising these animals, you'll meet the hard-working folks behind it and wrestle with its economic and ethical dilemmas. Buckle up for a $1.2 billion 0-cents ride from pasture to plate. Horse meat isn't a staple on American dinner tables, but it once was. Before a 2007 ban on domestic horse processes, the U.S. produced 200 million pounds annually. Today, 80% of U.S.-raised horse meat is exported to Japan, France, and Belgium, generating $1.2 billion 0 cents in 2024, according to USDA reports. A 2023 study from Texas A&M University found horse meat is leaner than beef, with 20% less fat, making it a premium choice abroad. Have you ever tried horse meat or seen it abroad? Tell us below. At processing factories like one in Nebraska, 5,000 horses are processed weekly. Robotic arms slice meat with precision, and workers inspect every cut to meet export standards. Packages are stamped USD certified, ensuring safety. Mary Thompson, a 58-year-old worker at the processing factory, says, "I've worked here for 20 years. It's tough, But I'm proud we meet the highest standards. This high-tech process costs $10 million 0 cents annually but saves 15% in labor, per a 2024 factory financial report. These processing factories create 0 jobs and ensure premium products. But high costs and public scrutiny over animal welfare demand constant innovation. Transporting horses and their meat is no small feat. From Montana ranches, horses travel 200 miles in climate-controlled trucks, equipped with water and rest stops to reach Nebraska processing factories. After processing, 12,000 tons of meat are shipped annually in refrigerated containers from the Port of Los Angeles to Asia and Europe. A 2024 trade report notes a 15% tariff on horse meat exports to Japan, raising costs but securing $800 million in revenue. Tom Reynolds, a 62-year-old driver, shares, "I've driven horses for 30 years. My job is to keep them calm and safe every mile." Efficient transport supports global demand and local economies, but tariffs and fuel costs, averaging $2.00 per gallon, strain profit margins. Ever seen livestock trucks on the highway? What did you think? Share below. In Texas and Montana, 9.6 million horses roam vast 10,000-acre ranches, grazing freely under wide skies. A 2022 study from Montana State University shows these ranches use 30% less water than cattle operations, making them a sustainable choice. Ranchers like John Carter, a 60-year-old from Montana, avoid chemical feeds, costing $50.00 per horse annually, but ensuring humane treatment. John says, "I raise 500 horses on natural pasture. It's hard work, but I ensure they live well before the processing factory." Eco-friendly ranching supports rural communities and animal welfare, but rising land costs, up 10% since 2020, threaten small ranchers. From Montana ranches to Nebraska processing factories, the horse meat industry is a complex blend of tradition, innovation, and debate. It's a $1,200,000,000 story of hard work, sustainability, and tough choices. It reminds us that agriculture shapes not just our economy, but our values. What do you think about processing factories and the horse meat industry? Got a story about horses from your childhood? Share it in the comments and hit that share button to spark a discussion. Subscribe to join our farming community and explore more untold stories. Here's how to keep the conversation going. Reply to at least 3 comments. Create a poll in our YouTube community tab asking, should horse meat processing factories return to the US? And share this video on social media with Horse Meat Industry. What's one thing you learned about processing factories today? Let us know. Like, share, and subscribe to uncover more secrets of American agriculture.
Imagine holding a piece of soft, durable, and exquisitely crafted leather. Now picture its origin. A farm where cows, goats, and sheep roam freely, their hides being transported to a state-of-the-art cowhide factory. The journey begins with a crucial step, preserving those hides with salt. In the factory, workers sprinkle solid salt or dip the hides in a salt solution, wet salt, a process that helps the leather resist decomposition for months, even in changing temperatures. Salt is our first line of defense, says farmer John Carter, who has been supplying leather for more than 20 years. It's how we connect the farm to the factory. To get started, try this at home. Sprinkle salt on a small piece of raw meat and watch it preserve itself. See the science in action. The official specifications note that salted hides can maintain their quality for up to 6 months without refrigeration, a testament to this ancient but effective technique. From rural pastures to humming processing plants, this is where agriculture meets innovation. Once those salted hides arrive at the processing factory, the real work begins, turning raw skin into a blank canvas for leather. The hides are soaked in water to rehydrate, then treated with lime to swell them, making hair and flesh easier to remove. Picture this. Workers guide machines that scrape off hair, revealing the smooth surface beneath, while others trim away excess tissue. It's like prepping a field for planting, says tannery expert Maria Lopez, who's spent a decade perfecting this stage. Want Want to feel involved? Next time you're near a farm or butcher, ask to see a fresh hide. Notice its texture before it hits the factory. Scientific research from the Leather Research Journal 2023 shows that liming increases hide pH to 12 to 13, optimizing hair removal efficiency by 95%. This meticulous prep in the processing factory ensures the hides are ready for their transformation, linking farm fresh origins to the next big step. Now, step into the heart of the processing factory, where tanning turns hides into leather you'd crave to touch. Two methods dominate. Chrome tanning creates wet blue leather, while mineral tanning yields wet white. Both stabilize the hide's proteins to last for years. Water squeezed out, thickness is dialed down to an exact 0.2 millimeters, official spec per ISO 14931, and hides dry in tunnels or on heated plates. Then comes the artistry. Dyeing adds vibrant colors, embossing presses in patterns, and staking softens it in drums. This is where it becomes something special, shares technician Ahmed Khan, watching a sheepskin glow post-dye. Curious? Visit a local leather shop and run your fingers over finished pieces and guess which tanning method they used. Studies from the Journal of Material Science 2024 confirm chrome tanning boosts tensile strength by 30%, making it ideal for rugged goods. In this processing factory, hides evolve into leather for shoes, bags, and more. Beauty born from precision. The journey ends back in the processing factory's quality control lab, where every leather sheet is measured size, thickness, durability before packing. We check each inch, so farmers' hard work pays off, says quality supervisor Lisa Chen, holding a finished cowhide. It's boxed up, ready to become jackets or belts, connecting agriculture to your daily life. Next time you wear leather, snap a photo and share its story online. Tag it from farm to factory to join the conversation. Official standards like ISO 9001 ensure defects are below 1%, reflecting the factory's rigor. Farmer John Carter adds, "Seeing my hides in a store, that's pride." This processing factory ties it all together, farmers, workers, and you, proving leather's worth in a sustainable cycle. So, what's your favorite leather item? Its roots are right here.
Brazil's large-scale pig farms are concentrated in regions such as Minas Gerais, São Paulo, Paraná, Goiás, and Mato Grosso, resulting in longer transport distances than in more densely populated countries. To manage this, specialized trucks have been developed to ensure the safe and comfortable transport of pigs. In this farming documentary, 350 batches of pigs in the finishing phase were studied over 156 days to evaluate optimal transport methods. The study used 139 double-decker trucks, each carrying a maximum of 120 pigs, and 211 triple-decker flatbed trucks capable of transporting between 240 and 280 pigs. In total, 68,588 pigs, weighing between 90 and 130 pounds, were transported, each carrying between 110 and 240 pigs. A standard 6-hour fasting period was imposed prior to loading, with water provided until departure. Loading was carried out twice daily at 7 a.m. and 3 p.m., using narrow metal and concrete rams to ensure safe handling. To meet export requirements, Brazilian pig farms adhere to strict standards in food safety, animal welfare, and sustainability, ensuring high-quality pork for international markets. Brazil's pig farming industry is highly centralized, with large-scale farms concentrated in regions like Santa Catarina, Paraná, and Rio Grande do Sul, producing nearly 50 million pigs annually. Many farms integrate the entire production chain, from feed manufacturing to meat processing, boosting efficiency. Modern technology plays a key role, with automated feeding systems and robotic cleaning processes, reducing labor costs and increasing productivity. Advanced health monitoring systems ensure early disease detection, while high-yield, disease-resistant breeds are used to maintain consistent pork quality. To comply with international standards, farms follow strict hygiene protocols and facilities are regularly inspected to meet food safety regulations. Sustainability is a priority, with many farms adopting waste recycling, renewable energy, and water conservation practices. These factors have helped Brazil become the world's fourth largest pork producer and one of the top exporters, supplying markets like China, Hong Kong, and Chile. With such a large number of commercial pigs being transported, unfortunate incidents are inevitable. Although there are no official statistics on their frequency, they cause significant property damage and animal welfare issues. As Trending Farm has shown you in this farming documentary, overloading is a common cause of pig truck overturns. Poor road conditions combined with bad weather make accidents more serious. In 2018, a notable incident occurred in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. A truck carrying 120 pigs overturned, causing economic losses and causing traffic jams and affecting people in the surrounding area. However, the authorities were quickly on the scene to assist the driver in resolving and remedying the situation. We have collected a lot of information about similar cases and promise to provide more information for you in the next farming documentaries. Remember to like and share more videos. Despite the unfortunate incidents, most shipments of pigs arrive safely. Once at the processing plant, they go through a series of steps, starting with stunning and humane handling to minimize stress and ensure animal welfare. The carcasses are then treated with hot water and fire to remove hair and internal organs. Brazilian pork processing plants use advanced technology to ensure precise cuts and maximize product yield, producing a wide range of products from fresh meat to other processed meats. The processing is closely monitored to meet domestic and international food safety regulations, helping Brazil maintain its position as one of the world's leading pork exporters. Finally, the pork is packaged in environmentally safe plastic bags, ensuring maximum meat quality, no mold, and long shelf life. Meat packages are labeled and provide specific information to help consumers make informed choices about the items they need. Do you have any questions about the pork processing in Brazil in our farming documentary? We will respond to all your questions in the comments section below the video as quickly as possible. Brazil set a new record for pork export turnover and volume in 2023, including both fresh and processed meat. According to data from the Brazilian Animal Protein Association (APA), total exports reached 1.229 million tons, a 9.8% increase from the previous year's 1.120 million tons. In terms of revenue, pork sales hit a record $2.818 billion, surpassing 2022 by 9.5%. Santa Catarina, the leading pork exporting state, accounted for over half of the country's sales, with 663,300 tons exported. While China remained the largest importer, purchasing 388,600 tons, its imports were down by 15.6% compared to 2022. Pork processing in Brazil is a blend of modern industrial methods and rich culinary traditions. Methods like grilling churrasco, slow roasting latão asado, and stewing feijoada highlight the diverse ways pork is prepared across regions, making it a staple in both daily meals and festive celebrations.
Hey friends, the Ayam Cemani is one of the most mysterious and sought-after chickens in the world, and it all started in Java, Indonesia. Locals have prized these birds for centuries, believing their jet-black feathers, bones, and organs hold supernatural power. Their unique look comes from a rare genetic mutation called melanochromus sclerosis, or fibromelanosis, which floods their entire bodies inside and out with black pigmentation. Unlike regular chickens, whose coloring is limited, 99% of an Ayam Cemani's body is black, from its beak to its internal organs. But breeding them isn't easy. Only about 30% of hatchlings meet the perfect standard, and flaws like white feathers or pink mouths lower their value. Even in a processing factory, these birds stand out as one of the rarest in the industry. The Ayam Cemani's origins in Java, Indonesia, and its rare genetic mutation make it one of the most coveted chickens in the world. But raising and exporting these birds is no easy task. Unlike common poultry found in a U.S. processing factory, breeding Ayam Cemani requires a massive investment. Farmers spend $15,000 to $20,000 on specialized housing, premium breeding stock, and high-quality feed to maintain their flocks. Exporting adds another layer of complexity. Indonesian regulations prohibit direct shipments, forcing breeders to import through intermediary countries like Canada, a challenge not typically seen with cattle, horses, or even exotic birds. As a result, prices vary widely in the U.S., with chicks costing $35 to $90, while a top-tier rooster with a fully black snout can command $9,000 to $10,000. The Ayam Cemani's rarity and high price raise an important question. Who actually buys these birds, and why are they worth so much? In the United States, collectors of rare birds compare them to exotic parrots, which can cost $5,000 or more, making the Ayam Cemani's $9,000 to $10,000 price tag for a top-quality rooster seem reasonable. But in Indonesia, the Ayam Cemani is steeped in spiritual significance. Some locals believe its jet black color allows it to travel between the human and supernatural worlds, making it essential in certain rituals. Even more intriguing, the first egg laid by a hen is thought to enhance fertility and is often gifted rather than sold. Unlike common poultry in a processing factory, these birds are cherished for their rarity, symbolism, and elite status. Raising Ayam Cemani chickens is no easy task, but is their sky-high price really justified? In the United States, a top-quality Ayam Cemani rooster sells for $9,000 to $10,000. While breeds like the Black Australorp or Orpington, prized for egg production, cost only $20 to $50. So, is this price difference based on true rarity, or is it just hype? Beyond cost. Maintaining Ayam Cemani chickens is a constant challenge. Unlike chickens raised in a processing factory, these birds require weekly baths, specialized diets, and spacious coops to stay healthy. Their weak immune systems make them even more fragile if they get sick. Their signature black color can fade, slashing their value. With import restrictions limiting access to high-quality breeding stock, farmers must navigate complex logistics just to keep their flocks thriving. So, is Ayam Cemani farming a luxury business or an impractical investment? The Ayam Cemani is not just rare in color, it's rare in production, and that's a major reason why it remains so expensive. While a typical laying hen produces 250 to 300 eggs per year, an Ayam Cemani hen lays only around 100 eggs annually, a staggering 40% fewer. But here's the catch. Most of these eggs aren't even sold. Breeders prioritize hatching over selling because every egg represents a potential high-quality bird worth thousands of dollars. So, if you're wondering why you don't see Ayam Cemani eggs in grocery stores or processing factories, that's why. Supply is incredibly limited. 11. With demand skyrocketing, prices remain high, and despite challenges like weak immune systems and strict export laws, collectors and breeders keep searching for the perfect all-black specimen. The big question is, can research improve breeding rates and make this bird more accessible, or will it remain an exclusive luxury? What do you think? Would you ever pay thousands for a single chicken?
AI technologies are gradually developing and created by human hands. What if each processing factory gradually has fewer people working? Please share your thoughts below in the comments section of this video. And lastly, don't forget to recommend the channel to your friends so they can watch too. Thank you and goodbye. See you again in the next videos.